Hi everybody, Jill Blanchett again with my second alternate to this Autumn Abundance paper pumpkin kit. This was our September kit. Here is my second alternate that I made. So let's break this down and I'll show you what we're going to do. So first of all, we're going to start with an 11 by 4 1/4 base. Fold it in half and give it a score. Then we're going to cut, let me see, I don't want to go too fast. We need this front here to be 4 1/4 inches. So we're going to I'm going to use my other one. I can probably show you the lines better. So we're going to I'm going to put my score line at 4 1/4. Or let's see, this is 5 1/2. So if we want 4 1/4 off from that, we need to cut it at like 1 1/4 inches. So if we're going to use this trimmer, we can put our card over here at 1 1/4, or you can come from your score mark and put your score mark at the 4 1/4. So either way, you need to cut off 1 1/4 inch, and you could also go this way. You want to cut off 1 1/4 inch from the edge. Save that. So now your card's going to look like this. Get your card from the kit and cut it at 4 inches. And you can switch that up a little bit if you're seeing that you got the score line on there. So let's see. See, we got a little tiny bit of the score line on there. So we'll bring that back in. Again, you want to cut it at 4 inches, but I'm going to scooch it over just a hair so that I can cut off that little bit of the score line that we don't want there. You need another piece of, this is Pebbled Path. Sorry, I didn't tell you that. You need another piece of Pebbled Path that is 4 1/4 inches square. And you want that piece that you cut off already. So we're going to, let me build this here real cool. All right, so score on this little piece that you cut off. You just need a little bit of it. So go ahead and score it like 1/4 inch. That should do it. Fold that over. Get out your glue. Put a little bit of glue on there. And then you're going to glue that to the center on the right hand side of the paper on the inside. You could glue it to the back if you don't mind it showing on the back. You could also glue it to the back. All right, so now there's your mechanism that's going to be used to flip that open with. Now I'm going to build on this piece. So I'm going to bring this 4 inch piece back in, or 4 1/4 inch. We're going to take our 4 inch piece of the card that we cut off, and we're going to glue that right to the front. Just glue that. Nope, not yet, Jill. Not yet. So I'm messing up. We're going to stick that on here, and we're going to glue our flap down. Okay? So go ahead and just put some glue on there and glue your flap down. Almost had a tragedy there. Okay? Then you can glue this piece onto the front. So let's glue that back up. And we're going to glue this down over the top of that little flap piece. So now that's going to be secured. That. I have a piece of Cajun Craze that is 1 3/4 by 3.5 inches long. And then go ahead and run that through any embossing folder that you got. I'm going to use the Falling Leaves, and I'll show you that when I come back. All right, so here's the Falling Leaves folder. And I just stick my piece of paper in there wherever I can maximize the leaves that I'm going to pick up. We're going to glue that flat across the front. Kind of center it, eyeball it, whatever you like to do for yours. All right. Then we have one of these long, like sprigs. I'm going to glue that down, kind of just in the center area. Did not pop it up. I'm going to let the leaves kind of flop free, so to speak. Then I have a snail, and I'm going to put a little bit of dimensional behind him. On his shell, so that his shell pops up. And then I will put some glue down on the lower part of him, sticking him in the center of our little sprig. And like I said, he should pop up. And then while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and put my little gem things on my dots. I need some fresh putty. Or not, that one doesn't want to come off. And we're just going to stick some of them on here, random. Like so. Finishing up one as we move along. This one down here, like so. All right, so now we've got the front part finished. Now we can do this part. So we're going to use the other portion of our card. And that's going to go here. We're going to use one of the pieces from the kit to go under that. And then we have a mushroom and a piece of wood that we're going to also use there. Piece of paper in. And we're going to take that sprig again. And we're just going to, I'm going to use pecan pie this time. And we're going to just stamp them like through the hole. So what I'm going to do is just kind of like get an idea of where the hole is. So that I know I can go in a circle now. So let's just, and we're going to have it all covered up. So it doesn't matter if how much of it actually like shows or gets on the rest of the paper, because we're going to have it covered up. So we got it on there like that, right? Needed to bring my cleaner and I didn't. I'm going to take my words again, the thinking of you, And I'm going to put them in the pecan pie, and I'm just going to stick it right in the middle. Then I'm going to glue this piece here over the top. So I'm just going to put a little glue down. Make sure you kind of get close enough to the hole that it's going to glue down. Figure out which, like, you know, which side you want up, which side you want to be seen the most. It's not really being seen the most because you're going to see it all, but you know, some of it might, you just might want more foliage like this down at the bottom. We're going to put that right over the top, glue that on, and then we're going to glue that right to this piece. So it's just building up our squares basically. Not too complex of a fun fold, but evenly space that. Best that my. Okay, and then I've got a Wink of Stella if you want a little bit of something going on there. And I just dabbed it on all the ends of the sprig to put a little bit of shimmer on all these little dots, just to give it something when you open it. Got a little shine now. You could do the words if you wanted to do the words. I'm not that free flowy, steady with my hand to do it like that. So that's all we're doing there. Then we have one of the logs, the log pieces. We're just going to glue that down right here. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the mushroom. I'm going to put a little bit of dimensional on the cap, and I'm going to put glue on the stem. We're going to just tuck that over there and let that pop up and stick there. And I got my Wink of Stella again, and I colored the cap. Just gave the cap some shimmer, the red part, like so. Just a little bit of, and I'm going over it and over it because I have not squeezed this, so I've got a little, I'm using all the shimmer out of it. So now we're going to go to the inside. So for the inside, I have a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of Very Vanilla. I am going to stamp those leaves down on the inside, and I'm going to use Cajun Craze and Real Red. Do we have Real Red on there? We got a little bit of Real Red. I guess I can use the orange. I'll use the orange and Cajun Craze. So we're going to go Cajun Craze with a little oak leaf. We're going to do pumpkin pie with the other one. Now again, go over that with your marker if you want to define that a little bit better. We're going to glue this down to the inside. Over here. Now if you remember, we cut off 1 1/4 inch over here. So I've got one of the little envelopes, and so this is where you'll use this, and then the first card we use this piece here. So that's what we're using this envelope for. So we're going to cut the envelope off at the at the fold. Make sure I got my crease out of there okay. And then we're just going to try and straighten this out a little bit. Let's see, what size do I need? Probably 1.25 inches, just to make sure we cover the whole. Yep, I did go 1.25 inches. So let's go this way. We need 1.25 inches. So we're going to go with the straight edge along the, so that we know we've got a good. Then we're going to go, we need 4 inches. So we're just going to cut that right where we can see it starting to go straight across. Might need a little bit of a smidge more there. And come up here with this one. So we are now just trimming that little tiny bit off. And it gave us our 4 inches. So this is extra. And I think we're going to use that again. And then we're going to glue this piece down here so that we're going to cover up our card's going to kind of flow all the way to the, so let's put this down here. Probably, yep, needed to go a little bit wider. I measured that wrong, but you get it. We need to go 1.25 inches, but I didn't do that on this. I did not go 1.25 inches. So make sure you go 1.25 inches, and it will go all the way over to the edge and butt up with this card. So that is it for this one. I'm not going to fix this here and use up my last envelope for that. So there we go. That's our second card, complete with screw ups and all. I'll be back again. Thanks for watching.